Welcome to Country Tough with Brandy Von Holten. Today, I'm going to be talking about my upcoming magazine called Country Tough Times. Okay, so you're probably thinking, how can you start a magazine? And I'll tell you, it has been a long time coming. All right, so my husband and I opened Von Holten Ranch in 2014, and now it is 2025, and we're into our 11th year being open. And during that time, I have met so many clinicians, so many people, so many trail riders, so many people coming to competitions, clinics, anything and everything. We host a homesteading expo. I have booked almost 50 different clinicians. Now, we've also been presenters at all sorts of horse expos. The largest one that we have gone to and been clinicians at was the Midwest Horse Fair that's in Madison, Wisconsin every year. So, man, to say, I don't even know a number of people that I've met over the last 11 years. Well, during that time, I've been in charge of our marketing. And one of the things that I have done is I have written for a maximum at one time. I was writing for 7 magazines a month. Okay. That's a lot of content on top of the social media marketing and our monthly newsletters and creating flyers. And that's in addition to actually doing our events. So right now, I only write for one other magazine. It's a magazine that I hold near to my heart. It's called Mules and More Magazine. I write for them. Well, my husband and I had decided that, the last couple of years we've kind of done this same trend where we have, at one time we were open like 355 days in a year. And then we were like, enough is enough. And then we pulled back and we were trying to take off at least one day a week, which was a Tuesday. Then we stopped doing weddings and we started doing homesteading events because that was just, it was easier for our insurance and easier for our trail riding clients. And it just allowed us to take an iron out of the fire. So we did that, and we tightened down to like 112 days we were open one year, like 3 years ago. Then the next year we were open like 150 some odd days. But what we noticed is that we were working all week to work all weekend. We never had a day off. So we had this moment where we were like, man, we need to sell the ranch, okay? Now, that was a really hard time for us because we love this land, but then we just did not see our facility as a home anymore because it had become a place where it was just business. And even if we stopped doing business at our facility, we still have 75 stalls. We have 32 electric sides. We have a block bathroom, right, that's heated and air conditioned, this beautiful venue, a covered arena. I mean, we just have a lot of things that it would be overkill for us as individuals. So we did some soul searching, and we really love what we're doing. And here's the deal. We love our clients. It's just that we needed to find that balance between the business and us as a couple. So we found that, what it equates to is for 2025, Von Holten Ranch is open 64 days out of the year. 64. We have 2 clinicians that are coming in, and we have 11 events, which are called Chicks in the Sticks, and we have our homesteading expo. Now, I will add additional dates throughout our year. Once I figure out our schedule completely for everything that we're trying to do. Now, my husband wants to be this amazing woodworker that he already is, but he's never had enough time to do that. So Country Tough Times is something that I would love to have a magazine, but then I just never really put it together until one of my Chicks in the Sticks events. One of the ladies that was here, I was looking for a job outside of the ranch, and just to, throw in my hat in the ring. And I was guaranteed an opportunity to interview for this large magazine, which actually is like a hub for 6 other magazines, and be in charge of their marketing. Well, one of the ladies that attended our Chicks in the Sticks says, why don't you just do your own magazine? I have published books. I have a podcast. I know how to do marketing. I have written for so many magazines for so many years, and I'm still writing for one. And they're like, so many people. And I was like, I do not know why I had not already done that. So Country Tough Times was kind of like all these pieces had to come together, but they were already there. So anyway, so Country Tough Times, what I have found throughout the years is that I should go with my gut. I should, whatever I feel, I shouldn't try to muffle it down, because I'll find my people, we had Country Tough Trail Versatility for 7 years. It was operational, and I'm hoping that it will be operational again in 2026, but it's a competition series that combines trail riding, it combines a ranch horsemanship pattern, and it combines natural obstacles. You put those together for a versatility. I had people tell me that was not going to work, and I was like, it's everything I ever wanted. I love obstacles, but I don't enjoy the high-end speed, and I don't enjoy whenever the obstacles get too crazy. I like for them to be just kind of grounded, just more natural. And I love dressage, and I love ranch horsemanship, and I love a pattern, because I think it really helps your horsemanship in general to excel. Anyways, Country Tough Trail Versatility ended up with 450 some odd members, I think 455. And for 2025, if we were going to have it, we were going to have to limit the number of people that could come and compete. And I had 2 different states that were talking to me about actually hosting. So, you know what? I have found that whatever I feel and I have a lot of passion towards, just to go for it. And there will be people that hate it, and there will be people that love it, and the people that love it will gravitate towards what I'm doing. So here's what's near and dear to me, okay? If you've ever met me for very long, you know that I love my husband, and my husband is not a cowboy. My husband is a construction guy. He is blue collar, just through and through, just USA. That man knows how to weld. He knows how to do concrete. He knows how to do plumbing, but he really loves woodworking. But he can do anything. He can paint. He can fix vehicles. He's like the MacGyver of the country world, right? I just adore that man. And so I love that. I love my trail riders. My trail riders make my life better. The people that I have as clients, man, I think about them, and I want them to succeed, and I want them to do better, and I want them to be able to ride their horses until they don't want to ride their horses anymore, I want people to be safe and feel included. I just have so many wonderful thoughts and memories about our clients. So I love trail riders. I love homesteading and the whole education process of learning forgotten things that people sometimes don't know what to do. They might not know how to can or make bread or make medicinal medicine, or know how to fix something, or how to get into raising chickens. So I love the whole concept of homesteading. So this is where this has come together. And you know what? Doesn't take you very long to realize that I love this country. I love being an American. I love the freedoms that I'm given, and I don't mind standing up for them. You know, during our Country Tough Trail versatility competitions, we always made sure we had a flag out there, and we made sure that didn't touch the ground. And I'm even an elected official right now because it was needed. I don't mind putting my neck out there, you know. I wanted to join the military whenever I was younger, but I've got a bunch of plates and screws in my face, and I wasn't physically able to join. I was told no. So I've always felt kind of indebted, I guess is the right word, that I just felt like I could do more, you know. So Country Tough Times, we have Country Tough trademarked. That's why we have Country Tough Homesteading. We have Country Tough Trail Versatility. We even used to have like a competition team that we did like dressage with, and everything's always Country Tough. We even have Country Tough Mounted Archers, and so Country Tough Homesteading, all of these Country Tough things, right? It's easier for people to kind of lock in on that than Von Holten. You know, that's kind of it's an odd German name anyways, because everybody thinks it's supposed to be Van, V-A-N, but it's Von, V-O-N. So Country Tough Times came about, and I hate digital magazines. Like I spend so much time on a computer that I really prefer a print magazine. But I know I'm kind of an old soul, so I made sure that this thing was print and digital. Now, Country Tough Times is dedicated to trail riders, patriotism, and thriving during these Country Tough Times. So thriving, it allows me to talk about homesteading, but it also allows me to talk about those blue-collar fields such as woodworking, ironworking, mechanics, bladesmithing, anything. You know, it allows me to talk about people knowing how to do things for themselves. So here's what's included in Country Tough Times. It has, there's 7 different regions in the United States. And each edition, which there's 6 editions per year that we'll be putting out for Country Tough Times, and each edition we will cover a trail facility or a trail destination, one in each one of those regions. Now, I was always afraid that people would think that this is just a big old Von Holten Ranch newsletter. No, it's not that at all. This right here, it's nationwide. We have articles from equine professionals, and some of those are breeders, trainers, veterinarians, even a veterinarian friend of mine that won Missouri veterinarian for 2022. He's wrote a couple of articles for me. Like, these are quality people. I have farriers in all sorts of different, not just the same person over and over. I do give some of the spots to the same person, but then like in the field of veterinarian, I was afraid of kind of reaching my welcome. And so I never asked for more than 2 articles from one person in some of these categories, just because I know that it's taxing upon their time. So for the equine professionals, we had breeders, trainers, veterinarians, farriers, body workers. So that's going to be your chiropractic care. That's going to be your dentist. It's going to be your massage therapist. It's going to be someone that does red light or acupuncture. Then we have saddle makers, groomers, and more, like the people that don't fit into any of those categories that are equine professionals. We also have tips from woodworkers, iron workers, mechanics, and other blue-collar fields. We have advice from law enforcement. Okay, so the person that I have writing that article is really, really excited, but he said that he is really looking forward to retiring, then he can really tell us some advice. And I'm like, oh, I'm down for that. Then we have homesteading and holistic insight and practices, business tips and financial advice, recipes, gardening, and food preserving, and then pro-USA, government 101, and patriotism. Now, I've had some people express concerns about that, which is kind of alarming to me. But they think that I'm going to talk. Well, the person that was upset about it was thinking that it was just going to be a big old Trump train. Okay, so what is going to be in that section is going to be just explanation about stuff like what's the role of your county commissioner, what to do if you want to start a business, what to do if, what's the role of, let me see here. What's the role of, like, your governor? What do you do if an elected official is acting poorly? Like, what can you do about that besides, like, go and complain on Facebook? I explain the difference between the electoral college and popular vote. Like, it's kind of more like an educational section that's about state and federal government. Okay, then we have the kids' corral that has coloring, riddles, and puzzles and games in there. So we've got to throw that in there. Even as an adult, that's the first part that I go to in a newspaper or a magazine as I go look at the comics, So I wanted to include that. Then we just have stories about people, places, and events. So with this is our founding year. And if you become a founding member, this year we are, in addition to your 6 bi-monthly issues, you will also get either a free t-shirt or it says a special gift. So the special gift came about because a lot of people that have subscribed are Mennonite or Amish, okay? Well, they don't need a printed t-shirt, okay? They can't wear that. So what I have it scheduled to be right now is a notepad that has the logo on there, okay? Now then that might change with us saying special prize. I mean, if I get my hands on something else, or if people don't really care about the notepad, then I'll try to change it to something other than the printed t-shirt. So where can you find this? It has its own website, which is Country Tough Times. Now, this is a 48-page magazine for now. I'm hoping to get it up to 64, but 48 is actually the standard size. We do have advertising available, but that's only limited to so many pages. And then after that, we cut it off because I cannot stand going through magazines and it's got all that dang advertisement. So I do have advertising still available. And then I have big goals for this magazine. I think, right now the people that are signing up for it are the dreamers. They're the people that just believe in me, because we don't have the printed one yet. The first one goes to print in January of 2025, and it will be sent in the mail before February 1st of 2025. And then after that, no telling how long this magazine will last. I mean, I'm only 45, but I'm hoping that this takes off and then somebody will end up taking it over from me whenever I no longer want to do this. But anyways, there is the behind the scenes of Country Tough Times. For the advertising, we looked at several other people's, their prices on advertising. And a lot of people, this is the people that have magazines, that's their main source of income. Well, Country Tough Times is not our main source of income. Our main source of income is our trail facility. So we're able to give our prices for advertising is actually kind of like a fraction of what it would be for another magazine. So my goal for this magazine is to become a 12-month printed magazine per year, but got to start with just the 6 editions because you got to start, you got to crawl before you can walk. So my favorite thing that I'm looking forward to is the business tips and financial advice, because this is about thriving during country tough times. And I just love what I'm doing. I hope that you will, you can either follow us on Facebook. I have it on Instagram and I have it on YouTube. So if you do not want to get a subscription, you could still support us by just coming and liking some of our posts. Every time you click one of those, it it makes it where it pops up into other people's feeds and stuff. So that's something that you can do that is free to help us. But man, I really would appreciate if you did get a subscription. So countrytoughtimes.com, you can sign up for the print or for the digital. And then there's a form on there. If you want it to print a form off, you can do that too. All right, thanks for tuning in to Country Tough with Brandy Von Holten.